Compass FM on the phone. We have Beaven Blackmore from the Oxford Boarding Kennels. How are you this afternoon?
I'm good, thank you, Katie. Yourself?
I'm great, thank you. Beautiful day. Nice in Oxford too, I'm sure.
Oh, it is. Everybody's loving it out here at the moment.
You
nice
own...
and warm and...
Yeah, absolutely. You own the Oxford Boarding Kennels. And tell me, how long have you owned them for?
Now, we bought it September last year, or took ownership. Of course, COVID got in the way, but since then we've been running the kennels, and we took over a really good business, and well, it's a lifestyle for Jude and I, because Jude's my wife, and we manage and run the kennels ourselves, and so we've taken over, and we've made a few wee improvements on how we run it from the previous owners. No disregard to them, because they ran it really well, but we've just changed it around and made it more fun for the dogs when they're staying with us.
Nice. Now tell me, I bring my dog to your place in the morning. What can I expect them to be getting up to while I'm not there?
Well, we have a meet and greet, and we generally, for a very first time, we meet and greet the dog and of course the owners, and we get the dogs out into a paddock straight away, so they have a big outside area that they can run around, and we go out there and we sort of, Jude and I, introduce ourselves to the dogs. We have seats in each of the paddocks so we can sit down and talk to the dogs, and they can get used to us and we can get used to them, and then from advice from their owners, we then know what we should do with playing with them, whether they're a rope dog or a bull dog, or they just like to run around, and we just progress from there, and once the dog's got used to us, and we introduce it to its kennel, and our kennels are inside-outside affairs, so inside is quite good for them at night because they've got heated floors in there.
Goodness.
So they're well looked after in the colder months, and surprisingly we still have the floors at a low temperature but still on, because we've still had a few cold nights lately.
Yeah.
Hopefully that will improve. But because we have a limited number of outdoor areas, we rotate the dogs around so they have rest periods and play periods.
Yeah.
And they get to stay in the kennel while they're having a rest period. So, as I say, there's an indoor, so they can sit in the shade or sit in the sun, and they can sit there and criticise how we're playing with the other dogs, and which they do quite often. Hey, it's really, can we come and play with you? But it's quite good.
Sounds good to me. Tell me, what are your opening hours there, Beaven?
Our normal hours are 9 o'clock in the morning to 11 o'clock, and 4:30 in the afternoon to 6:30, so that's our drop-off and pick-up times. Gotcha. Should we have some customers maybe off to the airport early, so if they pre-arrange it, we can take their dogs earlier. We do day boarding here as well, so a couple of people will drop their dogs off early too, because they're on their way to work, and they'll drop the dog off and pick them up later on. So we do cater for our customers. But that's generally our hours, and we're reachable by phone and most of the time, so that's quite good.
Sounds good to me. Now, I guess you are coming up to a very busy period of the year.
Oh, yes, Christmas. We've just had a busy period with Labour weekend, so we were virtually full for Labour weekend, and that got our Christmas routine up and running, so we know what we're doing at Christmas and how we're going to handle everybody, so they all still have an enjoyable time and a safe time with us. And people must remember, we're still getting people ringing up and saying, can we book over Christmas? And we go, sorry, we're full. We were full at the start of June this year. About mid-June, our bookings are already full.
I was going to ask, but I didn't think that you would be had any room left at the inn. That's great news, though, for your business. Yeah.
Our capacity time is the 22nd of December through to the 6th of January, and we had a maximum number of dogs, which is around 30. For our kennels, we have, as I say, on the heated floors inside and outside, but we have, I've lost it, 28 kennels.
Right.
No, 24 kennels, sorry. 4 of them are double kennels, and a lot of the time we will get a lot of wee dogs like terriers and Westies and so forth, and so they can share. A big dog and wee dog can share if they're in the same family group, of course. And for the bigger dogs, we've got double kennels, so they've got plenty of room to move around and enjoy themselves.
Fantastic. You know what? It sounds like you really love dogs.
That keeps our capacity up quite a bit.
I bet.
And of course, by the end of start of February, mid-February, our numbers really dwindle because people are back at work and at school, and so we're back to a normal around 10 dogs a day, so keeps us busy.
Certainly sounds like it. It sounds like you really love dogs, and it sounds like you've got a really lovely place that people can go to and take their dogs. Beaven Blackmore from the Oxford Boarding Kennels. If you would like to get hold of them, just Google it, the Oxford Boarding Kennels, and they, I'm sure, will find a place for your dog.
Compass FM.